We're going to turn now to that new interview from the man carjacked by the alleged Boston bombers, speaking to the Boston Globe in an extensive interview, revealing the harrowing moments he was held captive in his own car with the two brothers. ABC's Lindsay Davis is in Boston this morning with the very latest. Good morning to you, Lindsay.
Good morning, Josh. It all started when the 26-year-old pulled over to respond to a text message. He says a sedan then slammed to a stop behind him, and before he knew anything, an arm was reaching into the window, unlocked the door, was brandishing a gun. He says the man then climbed in, and thus began the most terrifying 90 minutes of Danny's life. This morning, the victim, who asked to be identified by his American nickname Danny, tells the Boston Globe that during his terrifying 90-minute ordeal, he listened as the brothers spoke mostly in a language he couldn't understand. The only intelligible word, Manhattan, before they asked him in English if his car could be driven out of state. "What do you mean?" Danny asked. "Like New York," said one of the brothers. At one point, Tamerlan shouted, "Don't look at me. Do you remember my face?" Danny responded, No, I don't remember anything." Danny says Tamerlan asked if he had followed the news of the Boston bombing, saying, "I did that, and I just killed a policeman in Cambridge." Danny says the Tsarnaev brothers were talking about mundane topics, girls, credit limits for students, iPhone 5s, and whether or not anyone still listens to CDs. At one point, realizing Danny didn't have any music they liked, they even doubled back to a second car they'd left parked nearby to grab one of their own CDs. Then, a heart-stopping moment. Danny's iPhone buzzed with a text from his worried roommate, wondering where he was. Tamerlan used a translation app to text a reply, "I am sick. I'm sleeping in a friend's place tonight." Moments later, a phone call from his roommate's boyfriend. "If you say a single word in Chinese, I will kill you right now," said Tamerlan. "I'm sleeping in my friend's home tonight. I have to go," replied Danny in English. Tamerlan replied, "Good boy. Good job." This cab driver says he drove the brothers a day before the attack. He says they briefly left a bag in his trunk.
I put it in drive and went to drive away. Next thing I know, we hear somebody screaming and pounding on the trunk. Really, the most chilling thing is remembering picking up that backpack and how heavy it was and thinking to myself, man, I could have had that bomb in my hands.
Danny's only saving grace, the gas station where they stopped was cash only. So while the younger brother went in to make the payment, the older brother was apparently preoccupied with an electronic device in the car and had put the gun down. Danny makes a run for it at that point, and what made it even easier for police to then track the brothers down, Danny had left his iPhone behind in the car, that along with the Mercedes navigation system. Robin.
And he knows how very lucky he is. Lindsay, thank you very much.